What's up, Hypelings? HMK here once again, and despite everything else that's going on with the Switch and Breath of the Wild and all that good jazz, good guy Nintendo is continuing their promise that they're going to keep releasing photos up until the release of the game. And we got another one today, oh boy, but it's a perspective of a shot of a village that we've seen before. Yes, we've seen this village before in the Life of the Ruins trailer, but now we get to see a bit of it closer from the perspective of that big house on the hill right before the waterfall. So that's really cool, and there's some little interesting things in this picture, but not too much, groundbreaking things, which is cool. It's a nice way to build up the hype a little bit. And guys, remember, we're so close to 100k. If we hit 100k before March, I'm giving away a Nintendo Switch, and also I have a big Breath of the Wild giveaway. Everything you need to know is in the description box below, so check it out, all that good jazz. Let's get into the photo now. Compared to the other villages that we've seen in Breath of the Wild, especially with the last trailer, this village seems a little, I like to say crude, because from other shots of the same village, you see farmers, they're planting crops or whatever in little like crop baskets, and they have everything they need. They have water, crops, and the top of their houses look like they might be oversized shells from like Toises or something, Final Fantasy reference, but whatever. They seem to be some sort of shell or anything. They're not, clean slate tile houses, and we've seen houses that are much more, I wouldn't say, that are not as crude as these houses in another village. But it seems that this village may be a type of secretive village, because from another shot from the Life of the Ruins trailer, it seems that you have to get to a high place through a cave to lead into this village. And it's funny because Eiji Aonuma had this interview not today but very recently with a French publication, I believe it's called Lemonade, where Skyrim helped influence the discovery of towns in Breath of the Wild. When you're like, oh, let's explore this area, what's in this nook and cranny? Oh snap, it's a whole town. So this seems to be one of those things that he's talking about, right? Funny enough. And in this big house, which I'm pretty sure the chieftain or the person who runs this town is gonna be in this house, this nice big house before the waterfalls. And funny enough that Aonuma says, oh, climb over there, nook and cranny, and other stuff. I wonder what's behind those waterfalls behind the house. That has me really curious. If I find this village, that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm like, everyone's going to be like, hey, hi. And I'm like, nah, I'm going to see what's behind your waterfall. Where's that water coming from? Where did it go? Where did it come from, Colin Nigel? Let me stop. All right. So, little details that I want to point out is that on this big house, you do see a golden eye, which seems to be only the eye portion of the Sheikah eye without the teardrop. But if you look a little closer, it looks a little too much like a Millennium Eye, Yu-Gi-Oh reference, but it's definitely not that. Yu-Gi-Oh and Zelda, not really. But it does look like a bit like the Sheikah eye without the teardrop and without the eyelashes on top. So that's very interesting. Maybe someone who was a Sheikah lives here. And then over on the bottom of the photo, you do see a small version of the Hylia statue, because when you go see the Hylia statue in the Temple of Time, there's these little Hylia statues, or I should say angel statues or whatever, that are surround her. And it seems that one of those statues is there, or it could be that this is indeed a miniature Hylia statue, because it's very small compared to how big Hylia statues are, especially in Skyward Sword. The thing was huge, and in Breath of the Wild, they're big, way bigger than like 3 times Link's size, but this one seems to be about, a very small version. I mean, look, there's flowers around it, and it seems to be some sort of like incantation on the tiles on the rope behind it, so it seems to be like a nice little holy place where people can go off and offer their prayers and seek guidance from the goddess or whatever. And then the 2 humans that we see here, we see a little fireplace in front of the tree right there, but we see 2 humans. One that kind of looks a little stubby here right before you go to the walkway to the statue, and one that seems to be at the gate before you go to the big house. It seems to be a guard or a guide or something like that. All in all, this town seems very secretive in its own right, so I believe that this town will have some sort of secrets. It's a very hallowed place, a very sacred place, but we're gonna have to wait and see in the full game, which is coming out March 3rd. I'm so excited. Well, guys, what do you think about this picture? What do you think this town means? What do you think it could apply to with the Sheikah eye and the goddess statue and everything like that? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And remember, guys, subscribe to HMK, share for more. We're almost at 100k. Be sure to enter all the contests in the description box below. Until the next video, I've been HMK, and I'll check you guys later.